Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to do something that I think I've done in the past where I'm going to hold a Twitter space alive over on Twitter where I feel freely to talk about really anything I want without worrying about any possible triggers on any other platform. But I did want to keep this chat going in case some of you guys I know don't like to speak up um or like have a recorded conversation. So if there's anything you want to share of your experiences of whatever it is that I'm talking about on Twitter, and if I mute this at some point, then feel free to, share your experiences on here and then I can just relay it onto my Twitter space, which I'm about to start. But for those of you guys that do want to talk, feel free to share your experiences. This is not like going to be some, you know, conspiracy theory. I want to talk about everybody's ideas on really everything that's happening in the world, which really troubles me every day because I constantly stay up and think about the point of life. But then I look at all the news and it really troubles me and thinking, okay, like we're doing all these things, but what is actually changing? And I might be too imaginative in the sense where I feel like sometimes I have these ideas that might be a little bit too much. Um and a little scary, to be honest. But they're just ideas, like a movie, and I do feel it important in me to at least say it out loud. Um so I guess some background of a few things of what inspired me, I guess, to want to have this conversation is seeing videos out there. Obviously, you guys know there's these credit scores in Asia, China specifically, obviously. This like social credit rating, which is very like 1984 style, and there's a lot of people, a lot of fear out there, and this is also a lot of crypto currency promoters. There's a lot of people that are like, we should focus more on cryptocurrency. We shouldn't have some type of payment system that's completely controlled by the government because just imagine, let's just say everything is controlled by the government. And let's say the pandemic, it was 2020 March again. And if you didn't follow the rules, then maybe you're not allowed to purchase water. Maybe you're not allowed to get food because you didn't follow the rules. So it could get very scary to think about these things, but we're actually not too far away from a very different world is what I think. And it's all a matter of how fast technology grows in favor of the ones that are in control. Um, and anyway, so that's one thing I thought about, along with just really wanting to, I guess, talk with you guys. And again, if you don't want to speak up, but you want to share your experiences during the last 2 to 3 years, health wise, feel free to write it in here and then I'll just say it for you on my Twitter live space. So I'm definitely going to be sharing. I've already told you guys, I think on the main channel when I caught it, when I caught COVID and my experiences, but I definitely want to share with you guys some other information. Not telling you guys who these people are, but share with you some other experiences that I've seen and heard, and just see like what everybody feels about the past 2 3 years because it happened very quickly. Um, if you're really heavily invested in the finance world, it might have seemed like time just flew by. But in fact, I guess we've been living in this crazy, scary movie level of insanity for a very long time. And we're still in it. Um, Even though every day everything seems normal ish, uh, I do have like this embedded fear after seeing how quickly the world can change with a snap of fingers. Dogecoin Crypto One. Hi there. Good day, everyone off to work. All right, take care. When search Lucy show, I can't find her content. Only I love Lucy. That's because this channel is way too small. I feel like if you type in living with Lucy, there might be a chance to find it on Google, but definitely not this second channel of mine. And that's why, for those of you guys that are new here, definitely make sure to share my content with your friends and family. Make sure to subscribe. Hi there, Alan. I've got the vid now. What? So yeah, let's get started. Let's talk about all of the experiences that some of you guys may have had, or the stories that I know about, and also bring in what is going on right now in China and the 250 million people that are currently suffering in the past 20 days. So I'm going to mute this chat over here again. Direct anybody who comes on here that wants to say something either to my Twitter page, or they can write something here and I will talk about it with you guys on the space. So here we go. Hello, people that are still here. I feel like, okay, every time I do this, um, a lot of people don't understand why it's on mute. It was on mute because it was talking about things that you shouldn't really be talking about on other platforms, I guess, besides Twitter. So if you want to check out, um, I purposely muted it. If you want to check out what I just talked about, as it was pinned on the top of this stream, or down in the description below, you'll be able to find my Twitter, which is just Living with Luci. If you're not following me over there, please do so. It is recorded, so you can go ahead and listen to it over there. Um, but yeah, I appreciate every single one of you guys that did show up over there. I guess none of you guys like to talk. I feel like I always, when I am ready to have conversations with people, nobody joins and speaks with me about their experiences. But I do understand that anything with health is like a touchy subject. And if you were listening to what I just said on the chat, um, I guess it is good to be safe with what it is that you share. And you have to be very comfortable with everything that you share on the internet. As they say, it will forever be on the internet and could possibly be used against you, if not in this country, another country that you may plan to visit someday. So um, I get it. But thank you guys for joining nonetheless. Let's end it here for this one because I think it's going to be hard for people to like come into the chat, skip my muted moments, and go on to another one. I thought you were on a phone call, producer boy. No, I was doing a Twitter space. I feel like I'll do Twitter spaces just to be on like the safe side for any conversations that are more like different. Um and shouldn't be talked about according to the algorithms. So yeah, I will try to do more on Twitter Spaces, but only if other people will also, chat with me on there because I feel like it's the same thing I'm doing here. But I was expecting people to actually chat back with me on Twitter, but you guys are very silent. Like that time I did karaoke with you all. Um, I already follow you on Twitter, but I will check out what you were talking about. Yes, that is true. Be careful what we share, Sean says. Yes, because you never know. I have heard many horror stories from people who are in their 70s, 80s, and their experiences from sharing, let's say, with the government or with a certain boss. A lot of the times people will ask you for your opinion simply to then use it and destroy you with it. So definitely, I'd say to stand by what you believe in, but also be very careful what could possibly be used against you someday in the future. Imagine what she sounds like, I reckon. What? Bardistas. Wait, hold on. Pineapple? What? She said she's hungry AF about to buy pizza. I actually really, really want pizza. By the way, guys, can you actually hear the difference on this? I hope I'm saying it right. It's called Shure, I think. Shure mic. It sounds better, right? I think it just looks more professional that I'm using a mic when I talk to you guys. But I don't actually hear the sound any differences when I'm doing this. So I can't really tell if there's a huge difference. Also, I just don't think I have great hearing. Like I can't tell the differences if you play like two different keys on the piano. Like I know it's two different keys, but I probably wouldn't be able to pinpoint like was that a C or a D or an A or a B. Um Producer Roy 29 says you should record music with Mike. I am, but I actually realized why my dreams of being a singer never came true. I love listening to music and then I love to sing to it and like make covers. But then when I try to do covers, I'm just like, oh, I run out of breath so easily. I don't know if it's because like just my health, or my diaphragm is not as large. I don't know. I actually want to do a cover or like maybe start because I know I have like an original music playlist on here, but I want to start like a cover playlist, which is kind of how I started YouTube. So when I was a teenager, I posted a bunch of singing covers on YouTube which you shall never see unless one day I really am shameless. Um, I posted a bunch of those, and that's kind of how I got started with YouTube, period. And then I deleted, removed all of those, and started YouTube once again many years later. So I think I would restart that because I do really enjoy it, and I never had a mic like this when I was a kid. So definitely would be fun to do a bunch of covers of all these different songs because I have a wide range of different music that I like. It'll be fun. It just feels like I'm doing karaoke, but better quality karaoke, I guess, with a mic like this. So I'll definitely post it. I'll make some type of a cover playlist. So it's not like my original playlist, but just like a cover playlist on here. It'll probably all be demonetized though, because I don't think you're supposed to be singing any music that's not owned by you. I can't sing, but I know I have to mess with plugins to make me sound good. LOL. How? I don't even know how to do that to make myself sound better. But I feel like you could do auto tune, right? To make yourself sound better. I remember about a year ago, dear friend, you said Elon Musk would be your favorite dream man to be with. Do you still feel that way? Virtuous says. I don't think I've ever, because a year ago, I was still with my SO. So no, I don't think I would have said that. No, I've never said that Elon Musk is my dream man. I think I definitely would say something like, you know, he is really cool and, you know, I think he's good looking. I think he's obviously very talented and somebody I admire. And I've said many times that he's the only person, he's like my idol. Like, he's the only person that I would gladly, like, if he was ever poor one day, which I don't think will ever happen, um, buy coffee and food for, and also want to do interviews with. Like, I would like to ask him a bunch of questions about life and see his thoughts on. So that's my thoughts about Elon Musk, but nothing romantic because I'm actually very happy in my own romantic relationship. Um Bertie's just like, look, man, I go gay for Elon, no shame. I'm pretty sure you're not alone in that thought. Um, but yeah, he's a cool dude. I think most people would agree. But I have met a bunch of Elon Musk haters as well. Do most of you guys have Twitter, by the way? Were you guys on my little live space thingy? Or do you guys mostly just use YouTube? I wish YouTube honestly like could do this. I I wish YouTube would allow you guys like I could if I could pick someone to like chat and then we could like talk instead of me reading all of your comments out loud. Thank you Legendary for being on there. Wait, hold on. Don't be spiritually bankrupt even though what? Yes was on. Oh, Dean, I recognize your profile pic. I mean, I know like some of us use different profile pics, but thank you for being on there. Really, really appreciate it, guys. Um, please don't have scarcity mentality and think about money too much, Virtuous says. That's something I've been told many times. Um, growing up, I've always been very vocal about finances and money, and all my close friends know that. But I think people who don't know me probably dislike that about me, or the fact that I'm too open about sharing my own finances, talking about money so openly and salary and other people's salary. Uh, I'm trying to watch more again on what I say, but I try to not offend people and make people uncomfortable by always protecting the people around me and I guess their private information. Like I always just say like someone I know, friends of friends, never like blah blah blah's name. This is how much they make. Okay, this is like where they live. Like I'll never do that. Um but yeah, I talk about money a lot. And but I hope you guys know and that's why I have like this channel. I think it's clear to me at least that I like this channel more. If anything, I know like the Living with Lucy one is more subscribers. Um 10x more than this one. Trying to grow this one. But this is secretly like my favorite channel. And I'm very, very happy that I made a second channel because I was like contemplating on doing it for the longest time and being like, oh, that's just like a lot to deal with, like two channels. But I'm super happy I did it. even though, again, it's a small channel, but I just feel good about, like, talking about other things besides obviously, I find it interesting to talk about crypto and stocks and what's going on, like, new news that I'm basically, I just feel like I'm doing things that I'm interested in anyways. I might as well just make a video out of it and share with you guys while I'm reading the news sometimes. That's basically, like, what I'm doing on the main channel. Um, and over here, it's more like everything, like, every little thought, vlog, travel stuff that I feel comfortable with sharing. Of course, I will delay it, so it's not like I share everything in real time because I think that's a little unsafe. But I try to share as much as I can without feeling like I'm going too much out of my comfort zone. I like to test my comfort zone, but by coming up with different content. So I'm sure if those of you guys that have been watching my live streams on the main channel or just from the main channel to here, you've seen that I've been doing a lot of random stuff. But it's actually just me testing my own self-confidence, my ability to be okay with whatever it is that I'm putting out there. Um, because contrary to popular belief, I am very introverted still, and I am very shy with a lot of things, and dealing with embarrassment, um, confidence, and just being okay with sometimes I literally wake up and I'm like, "Oh my god, why do I have like 1,000 videos out there?" And so many of them are so embarrassing or like, you know, for the longest time I couldn't even do any videos without any makeup on, and now I have some of that out there or like a double chin, and that's all really like I mean, it's for you guys, but it's also for me. I think everything that whether we realize it or not, that we do in life is for a certain like for ourselves in a sense. Like everything I do, even if I think I'm doing it for someone else, I think it's also like for me in a sense because I feel like I'm making videos and I'm happy that I make some of you guys laugh or you're happy to see it, but it's mostly for me and also like me testing the like my own waters on like what I can handle and, how much I care about what other people think, and I'm constantly trying to care less about what other people think. And really, I know just it just comes down to, like, myself and fixing the way my brain's wired and all the unlearning things too, things that I thought I cared about when in fact I don't really want to care about. Could Lucy have her own TV show someday? William. This is my TV show. This is the Lucy Show. This is mine, my YouTube channel. Sometimes I wonder, like, will there be anything like YouTube? Will there ever be like, well, I'm hoping that Twitter will become the competitor of YouTube, but YouTube is pretty great. This is not me sucking up to YouTube, but it is pretty great in the sense where um it's like literally people sharing their own thoughts and ideas. Just having little pieces of people out there on the internet and to help others connect or learn from each other's experiences and also not feel so alone on just being human. But it's a growing process. I think like whatever it is that is trending right now obviously may not be trending forever. The way that everybody shares their own personal experiences or whatever content that people are sharing now is obviously not the same as it was once shared like 10 years ago. So I think people are breaking down the barriers on like how much we care about ourselves and like how much we share. But still a long, long way from I think the future content. Because if I've learned anything about content creating and then seeing other content creators is that people don't want to just like watch TV shows or watch movies. They want to be like a part of it. They want to be the main character. They want to, or they're growing to want to have their own platforms. So definitely that's what I predicted in the past. And I see that that is actually happening. It just may take like possibly another 5 or 7 years before some of my friends that refuse to ever do a Twitter space or a live stream will feel completely comfortable doing so. Because I think, as mean as it sounds, I guess humans are like sheeps. We are all kind of like sheeps. in a sense where once you see like you're in a room and everyone's sitting down. So then you're sitting down, like at the doctor's office or something, right? Like you go into a room, everyone's sitting down, you sit down because that's the thing to do. Once everybody gets up, like 9 people get up, you're the only one sitting. You're gonna feel awkward. You're gonna stand. Or if 7 of those people are dancing, you're gonna feel more inclined as the 3 other people that are standing up and not dancing to dance. Like it's wild to think how sheepish we can be, but that is a fact. How much for a private phone call? Raw Food Writer says, are you asking to pay me for a private phone call? I've never done it, but you can join my Patreon and DM me there. But I guess I could do that for my top tier Patreon members. Not all the time phone calls, but we can plan to do like at least one phone call. So you can consider joining my Patreon and DM me over there about it. But interesting you say that because there is like my friend told me there is some type of like a platform, I forgot the name of it, where people like literally charge for phone calls. Like you could talk about anything. You can consult, talk about business, talk about anything under the sun. It's just like time phone calls, like you're talking to a lawyer. I don't have an OnlyFans. And I don't think I want to start one. I feel like I've considered it as in like, putting content on OnlyFans so then I could get away from like copyright or like a loophole. But then I was like, nah, I don't need to because technically Patreon does allow me to post like videos on there now. I haven't really been posting videos on Patreon, but I could. And yeah, Patreon is more of like, I guess, the people who want to connect with me and have the DMs, like, and talk to me about other things where I'll like be able to respond back to you. So if you want to talk to me, DMs or possibly phone calls and ask me about other things that we don't talk about publicly, because feel free to talk about anything you want on the chat. I'll try my best to respond back. But for those of you guys that prefer to have more of like a one-on-one chat, Patreon link down below. Whatever she's changing, I'll have it. You can pay me all day for chats. I'll wear whatever you want. I was talking in line once in 3rd grade, and the teacher said, Norman, is your name Norman? I like that. I don't know anyone whose name's Norman. Norman, you now have the floor. So I sat on the floor. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I love literal, like when people understand something literally, because that's me. I've definitely done things like that. Not that exact one, but yes. Legendary says post more videos on Patreon. Okay, I'll try to. I don't think I've done. Yeah, I haven't done one yet, but there will be. I actually do have dance content that I will be posting on there. Whatever's. Wait, hold on. This channel is way more personal. Legendary says, was that mic expensive? Producer boy says, so it was a gift. So I don't usually ask people how much the gifts are, but I know for a fact that it's more than the person paid more than $250 for it minimum. So I think that's expensive. My camera right now that I'm using, Logitech, or some of you guys call it a potato camera. I actually saw it at Costco recently. So they sell an entire set at Costco of this Logitech camera that I'm using, plus like a mic that's Logitech, plus like something else that I guess helps you like film for like $300. And this alone is already like, I guess, more than $250. So I guess that's pricey. But I like it. So something else, I guess, about this mic, I'll do a product review. I mean, I've already started it, but I just didn't finish my product review. But this part, I don't know too much about mics, by the way, but I was told by the person who bought it for me, they didn't buy me a mic stand, so I need to buy my own mic stand, which is fine. Beggars can't be choosers. They told me that they did their research and this is like one of the best mics to use for like, I guess certain celebrities use it for concerts and like have like little mic headsets. Um, but this foam cover, a lot of people don't like it, and then they end up buying from this same company like another cover to put on it. So apparently there is some type of like a bounce. I can't hear it because I'm speaking to you guys right now, but they were telling me that I should get like a different muffler. I think that's what it's called. This thingy on top of it. Oh, thank you, producer boy. I feel like you would know more about this stuff than me. So if you say it's good, I'm happy. Yes, that is true. The fact that we are sheeps, that we all have flaws. That's why everyone says nobody is perfect, but I don't think that's a bad thing at all because some of us love and embrace our flaws, Sean says. So it's not just our flaws though. I think that like flaws, yes, I think we all have. Like some of us may think we're perfect, but we're not. There's lots of flaws. I think I guess maybe the fact if people you meet out there think they're perfect, that's a flaw right there. So none of us are flawless. But the sheep thing, it's not even like I think of that as like, oh my God, it's so sad that we all have flaws. We're all sheep, or like it's almost like it's so sad that we're all like sheeps. But it's just a thing that I've observed through my many years of life, myself included. I'm more of a sheep than I like to be. Like I like to think that I can hold on my own. Like whenever I'm on a bus or I'm on a subway, I choose to stand up and just be that weird person that stands up. And also because I'm just a germaphobe. Like I don't want to touch the poles. I don't want to hold on to the stuff that apparently keeps you safe. Don't copy me, by the way. But I'm very good with balancing. So I think of it as a balancing game wherever I'm on like public transit. I don't like to touch anything. I don't want to sit down with my pants like on the chairs even because the chairs usually are pretty gross in my opinion. Um, so I don't mind being like the weird one that stands up or is like literally standing in the middle, like not touching any poles of any sort, and everybody's just like sitting down, chilling. So I don't mind doing those things, and being different. But I still find it hard. Like as shameless as I already think I am by making content and like in restaurants now, I've become comfortable by like doing those little ratings, being like, this tastes good, like 9 out of 10. Like at first I was so embarrassed of doing it. Now I can do it, but I've not been able to like, like get up in the middle of a street and just start like dancing doing a TikTok. I could do it when there's less people around. Like I know if there's people watching me, but there's like less. I don't know how the people do it in like a really crowded place, like a touristy spot, like in front of the Eiffel Tower or something, and then doing a dance. Like I don't know how people do it. It's amazing. I like to get myself to that level of carelessness. I'm cheap. I'm gonna look on Amazon and see if I can find it. Producer Boy 29 says, all right, cool. I I don't know where the person who got it for me got it from, but I know it's online. I think you can definitely find this. And I mean, you're in the US. I don't think you're in Canada, but in Canada it's Boxing Day. So there are sales going on right now for certain companies. I'm perfectly imperfect, William says. So you still think you're perfect though. Behind the scenes video, Legendary says, oh no, like I have like, yeah, I don't really have that much behind the scenes videos. I have a lot of blooper videos that's in my drafts. And I actually have like 300 or 600 drafts, I think, just in a total of like all my different platforms on TikTok and Instagram. I make way too much content. I've given up. Like I realize like I'll never be able to post everything. I'm like constantly posting things very late. So now I'm just like, okay, whatever. Whatever happens, happens. I might be posting content from like 3 years ago next year or 5 years down the road because that's just how it is. Anyways, guys, I've been here for an hour now. I need to go and get hydrated. So thank you so much for joining me once again. I'm kind of loving it. I'm glad that you guys like the sound on here. And watch out for, I guess, on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed and ring that notification bell because I will post singing covers, I guess, with this real soon. I'm going to go work on it, maybe right now. Bye, guys.